to the show.
Welcome to the show. Great to be with you. Thanks for stopping by today. Glad you could, and we're happy to be with you. We are coast to coast, and we are global. We get global because we stream onto 4 platforms every day live. Gary will tell you about that and more about that in a moment. We have Dr. Michael Lyons showing up today. Very good. He's a great guest, awfully smart, lots of experience. Runs a clinic in Canada. It's an obesity clinic, weight loss clinic, supported by the government in part. And the only people that can get into that clinic are those who have been referred by their physician. And these are obese patients. This is this is sort of like the last stop, so to speak, when everybody else has given up on them. Morbidly obese people, obese. Yeah. They have great success. That program is a terrific program. We'll get them to tell you more about it in the website, and you can go and check it out. And when he comes on, he talks about the principles to lose weight and how they do it. And I subscribe to his approach. It's how I think about it. That's how I talk about it. That's how I have applied it with clients. It's just a sensible, scientifically based, successful way. They have a good degree of success. Losing weight is you would think, given all the complex disorders and diseases that are out there, that losing weight would be, in comparison, would be an easy thing. It's not. It is not. It is not. It is as challenging as losing the weight is just half the battle. Maybe it might even be only 25% of the battle. The hard part is to keep it off and to sustain that weight loss and to eat a diet that will help support that. And you will always, it's sort of like being an alcoholic. Once obese, you always will have the propensity to be obese because the body wants to go back to the original weight where you started when you started your weight loss program. If that's 225 or 250 pounds or 300 pounds or whatever it might be, the body, it's biologically wants to revert back to that set point. And you will for the rest of your life have to deal with that. So that's what makes it so challenging. Further, you're trying to change behavior that's pretty well formed in people. They're adults, most often. It's even difficult with children. But these eating behaviors, lifestyle behaviors are pretty well ingrained. And it's not just changing your diet, sometimes it's changing the way you think about food, your relationship with food, the way you live, how you live, even with whom you live. The people you affiliate with. I mean, it takes a concerted, fulsome effort to get the weight off and then to keep it off. Keeping it off. That's the challenge. Some people can lose weight pretty easily. It's the regaining of the weight. And biology being what it is, when you regain the weight, you probably regain that which you lost and then some more. At least that's what I've learned in my review of the literature and then the articles I've written. You'll find them at letstalknutrition.com on weight loss. And by the way, if you think you can exercise your way out of that problem, you won't. The primary pathway to weight loss is diet. You what?
Treadmill and eat a Snickers bar at the same time.
No, you can't. You can exercise till you're blue in the face. If you don't change your diet such that it will promote weight loss, it's not going to happen. In fact, exercise, as great as it is and as necessary as it is not a good predictor for weight loss by itself. Coupled with diet, it is. Diet and exercise together, probably one of the best variables, if you think of them as one, a combination, the best combination to lose weight. So we'll see what Dr. Lyon has to say today. One of the things that people do to try and lose weight, they get on these crazy diets where it's hardly any fat, hardly any carbohydrate, and a lot of protein, or it's a lot of protein, a lot of fat, and no carbohydrate, any kind of sort of combination. And you see the commercials running on TV, South Beach Diet, North Beach, whatever. Hermosa Beach, I don't know what they're doing. All these diets work on one basic principle. That's calorie restriction. They're trying to get you to reduce your calorie intake. Without exception. There's not one of them that doesn't use that principle. That is the fundamental ground or foundation of all those weight loss diets. Calorie restriction. How about calorie restriction with optimal nutrition? I'm watching some of these commercials on TV, I won't mention any particular brand, where they send you the food. And I'm looking at they show the food, pizza, ice cream, and I'm looking at all that, the food that got people into trouble. And they send them the food, they mail it to them. And I'm thinking, all you're doing is reinforcing their relationship with these bad foods that got them in trouble. They're going to lose weight because they're giving you portions. It's all about portion control. You don't eat the whole pizza, you send them a couple of pieces. You send them ice cream. You take a look at those commercials. Look at the food that they're sending them. It's all processed, highly processed food. And yes, you'll lose the weight because it's portion control, which is, translation, calorie restriction. But you haven't changed what you're eating. You're only changing how much.
Okay, so if you were to go on one of those plans, there's also ones where you can get fresh food delivered. Would it be better to get the fresh food delivered as opposed to getting the processed food that's portion controlled?
All of that. I mean, if they deliver the food to the house and it's a plant-based diet primarily.
Yeah, because we looked at one that was a plant-based diet one time, yeah.
Right. And they're not sending you pizza, ice cream, sausages, and whatnot. I'm serious.
Yeah. I mean, because we looked at it.
You look at the commercials, you see, they show you exactly what they're sending you. Chocolate cake. I saw, this giant piece of chocolate cake.
Right.
And people say, yeah, sign me up. It's like robbing banks and you don't have to go to jail. You're still breaking the law.
Yeah, and you'll pay for it one day, right?
Sooner or later. So when you get off that program, what are you supposed to do? Order food for the rest of your life? Is that what you're going to do? Okay. If you think you can do that, go ahead.
That's hard.
Think about that. That's what people don't think about. You're gonna have to order that food for the rest of your life. Unless you can figure out how to do the portion control. No tricks, no gimmicks. You just have to use scientific-based principles, dietary and nutritional and lifestyle principles. Come back, I'm going to talk to you about protein. That's one of the culprits.
Did you know that
I'm Joy McCarthy, holistic nutritionist, and I expect more from my multivitamin.
I've researched many vitamins, and what's truly different about Every Woman's One Daily from New Chapter is that it's fermented with probiotics and whole foods and gentle even on an empty stomach. Every Woman's One Daily helps you feel good every day, giving you immune, energy, and stress support, and nutrients for bone and heart health. You will notice a difference. Every Woman's One Daily recently won the Best Multivitamin Award, and I love that it's non-GMO project verified. Discover the wisdom of nature with New Chapter.
Whether you spend your free time on a treadmill, under a car, or in your garden, if your active lifestyle leaves you sore, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce may be exactly what you need. Inflammaforce has a natural herb blend that acts as an anti-inflammatory to help maintain healthy joint and mobility support. There are standardized herbs like white willow, boswellia, turmeric, ginger, and devil's claw. The vegetarian capsule promotes easy digestion and a fast-acting dissolve process. Inflammaforce includes a proprietary enzyme herbal blend full of antioxidants and flavonoids that target pain and inflammation throughout the body. Body Vigor's Inflammaforce contains ingredients that support normal, healthy joint flexibility and function, builds healthy tissue, and helps with your recovery process. So if you're tired of sore joints and inflamed muscles, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce is your answer. Purchase Inflammaforce.
This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN stream. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Protein. There is a trend, believe it or not, it seems that more and more people are moving toward eating a plant-based diet. Some are even trying a whole food plant-based diet, no meat, no dairy, and for those who have heart disease, no oil. And in the process of doing that, you have to change what you eat, and not only how much, but what, and when, and perhaps even where, for that matter. Nevertheless, one of the struggles that people have when they're eating a plant-based diet, and it becomes almost like a false issue, and that is the issue of protein. And you hear people comment who are vegans and vegetarians, or those who are not, but still comment that, well, if you're a vegetarian or a vegan, you can't get complete proteins, you can't get enough protein, and that's why they're unhealthy, and that's the problem with them. Well, you know what? That's not true. You can get complete proteins with a whole food plant-based diet, or just a plant-based diet. There was an article that was trending. It was written by Zon Villeneuve, and they looked at 15 sources of plant-based protein. And the argument that's made against plant-based proteins is that they're not complete proteins. Well, that's true. Some of the plant-based proteins don't have all of the essential proteins. In other words, the proteins that the body can't make. But nevertheless, they cited plant proteins that would be candidates for a person to consider. And the first one they listed were soy products: tofu, tempeh, and edamame. Soy products are, according to this piece, the most dense or richest source of protein in a plant-based diet. You have firm tofu, you have edamame beans, you have tempeh. Tempeh contains about 15 grams of protein per half a cup. Edamame, which are the beans, edamame beans. Edamame are immature soybeans. They have about 10 grams of protein per half a cup. So, and firm protein, which is the soybean curds, contains about 10 grams per cup. Half a cup, excuse me. And then I'm a believer, if you're going to eat soy, it should be fermented. I'm of that view. But nevertheless, they list lentils. I happen to love lentils. Red or green lentils contain a lot of protein, fiber, key nutrients, including iron and potassium, they said in the piece, and they're right. Cooked lentils contain about 8.84 grams of protein per half a cup. And I often make lentil soup, dishes with lentils. You can buy them already. You can, like Dr. McDougall has his lentil soup. He has his soup line that's already prepared. Yeah. It's good. Yeah. Or you can make your own. You soak them in water and whatnot. Chickpeas. Cooked chickpeas are high in protein. They contain about 7.125 grams per half a cup.
Is that the ones you make the hummus with? Chickpeas?
Yes.
Okay. And I know what you're talking about, yeah.
The hummus, which is made from chickpea paste. Hummus is made from chickpea paste, which makes for spread it on a sandwich, whatever you want to do. Use a whole grain chip, eat it that way. Chickpeas you can eat them hot or cold. Chickpeas are good. Surprisingly, peanuts, of all things, not just for monkeys, are full of protein and have good fats in them. They contain about 20.5 grams per half a cup. That's a lot of protein. Peanut butter is also rich in protein, with 8 grams per tablespoon. Some people make their own peanut butter. Some people will make almond butter, which leads me to the next category, almonds. Almonds are among the better nuts to eat. Almonds and walnuts, by the way. Almonds have 16.5 grams of protein per half a cup. Spirulina. We talk about spirulina on the show. Another good source of protein. It's blue. What it is blue or green algae. It has about 8 grams of protein per 2 tablespoons. That's dense, man. Listen to that. 8 grams of protein for every 2 tablespoons. I didn't say half a cup, 2 tablespoons. It's also rich in B vitamins, although B12 is not included. Manganese. We talk about spirulina on the show from time to time. It's not a stranger to Let's Talk Nutrition. Quinoa, very popular these days. People buying quinoa all over the place. Mm-hmm. High in protein, about 8 grams per protein per cup. It also has magnesium, iron, fiber, and manganese. You can fill it in for pasta or soups and stews. Mycoprotein. Do you know what that is? Maybe you don't. That's a fungus-based protein. Contains around 13 grams of protein per half a cup of serving. Products with mycopene, they said in the article, they're sometimes marketed as meat substitutes and available in forms such as chicken nuggets or cutlets. I've never had it. Many of these products contain egg white, so you have to check the label. Chia seeds. Chia seeds have been talked about on this show. Rich in omega-3 fatty acids, good source of protein. Hemp seeds. Come back, I'll tell you a few more.
Whether you spend your free time on a treadmill, under a car, or in your garden, if your active lifestyle leaves you sore, Body Figures Inflammaforce may be exactly what you need. Inflammaforce has a natural herb blend that acts as an anti-inflammatory to help maintain healthy joint and mobility support. There are standardized herbs like white willow, boswellia, turmeric, ginger, and devil's claw. The vegetarian capsule promotes easy digestion and a fast-acting dissolve process. Inflammaforce includes a proprietary enzyme herbal blend full of antioxidants and flavonoids that target pain and inflammation throughout the body. Body Vigor's Inflammaforce contains ingredients that support normal, healthy joint flexibility and function, builds healthy tissue, and helps with your recovery process. So if you're tired of sore joints and inflamed muscles, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce is your answer. Purchase Inflammaforce exclusively on Amazon.com.
Live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Great to be with you. Dr. Michael Lyon is my guest today. This business about complete proteins, there's an article. I would recommend that you read it. It's by Jeff Novick. He's a registered dietitian. And he talks about the myth of complete proteins and how it all started. And it started, and I'll give you, you can go, if you go to, I'll give it's in Forks Over Knives. If you type in Jeff Novick, Novick, Forks Over Knives, type that in, and type in myth of complete proteins, you'll find the article. This myth of complete proteins or incomplete proteins was inadvertently promoted, he writes in the article, and popularized in a book published back in 1971 called Diet for a Small Planet by Frances Moore Lappé. In that book, the author stated that plant foods are deficient in some of the essential amino acids. So in order to be a healthy vegetarian, you needed to eat a combination of certain plant foods at the same time in order to get all the essential amino acids in the right amounts, she wrote, or Novick writes. It was called the theory of protein complementing. Then she came out with a later edition in 81 and tried to correct it and retract it. And then she created a second myth. And it was protein complementing. So she wasn't a nutritionist. She wasn't a medical doctor. She wasn't a naturopath. She was a sociologist. She had no, if she was going to write about these things, she should have got a co-author who was a dietitian or a nutritionist or an ND who knew something about nutrition. So that's where this whole notion started. Now, there are, as I pointed out, I was citing some proteins that you can eat that are complete. By the way, quinoa, buckwheat, soy, mycoprotein. I don't know if you've ever had that, but that's a complete protein, if you want to use that kind of language. Ezekiel bread. This business that being a vegetarian or a vegan, you put your health at risk because you're not going to get all the essential amino acids is just nonsense. Eggs and meat, they say eggs and meat have all the amino acids. You don't need to worry. The essential amino acids, the 9 that your body doesn't make, they're called essential because it's essential that you get them from the diet. Is one way to think about it. Well, good luck with that. Dr. Michael Lyon knows a thing or two about this. I'm sure this comes up in his work with his patients and the patients that go to the clinic, which he directs in Canada. Dr. Lyon, welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. It's great to have you on.
Yeah, great to be on, Michael.
Do you have patients that come into the clinic that they say to you, I want to go on a whole food plant-based diet, or do you give them the diet?
We're all about freedom and choice because in the long run, when it comes to managing weight and regaining your health, it's so important that people have a diet that they enjoy, that provides them with comfort, and that isn't at the fast food restaurant every day. So it, for some people, is a vegetarian diet or a vegan diet, and when they want to make that choice, we try to make it as healthy as we can for them, and make sure that the diet is adequate in every respect, because it certainly can be. And it's kind of funny when you mentioned the diet for a small planet, because when I was in university, I was a vegetarian. I was vegan, quite strict about it, and mostly raw food, and that was like one of my Bibles. So I ate that way. And I still got so skinny. For me, it was a diet that worked really well. I had lots of energy, and for the first time in my life, I got downright skinny. So it sure helped me lose weight, but I didn't find that it was in the long term the diet that gave me. I don't know if it was that it didn't provide me all the health I needed, because I certainly had vitality then, but I guess I got a little self-conscious about not being able to keep the muscle mass that I wanted. I did find that it was harder. That diet. But I mean, I was eating pretty low protein. When I really look at how much overall protein that I was eating, it wasn't that high. If you want to be a healthy vegetarian, it's easy if you eat, some dairy, some eggs. If you want to be a healthy vegan, you have to make sure that you include a lot more legumes in your diet. The, chickpeas, beans, peas, lentils have to be a pretty regular part of your diet. And the mistake that I see people make when they want to choose vegetarian or vegan is that they eat everything except the meat. The everything except the meat people are usually unhealthy, and they're often people who are expressing their inner anxieties by avoiding meat because they just simply feel like they need some control in their life. You see this a lot with teenage girls that become vegetarian, is that they just eat everything that their friends are eating except the meat. So when you look at the composition of the diet, it tends to not be a very good diet. They eat, not the healthiest food.
Is there a way?
Sophisticated.
Is there a way? I didn't mean to interrupt you, but is there a way to be a vegan, a strict vegan, and eat in a healthy way?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I think most certainly the healthiest diet there is. There's no doubt at all if you eat it correctly. And if you look at cultures where they are vegetarian, like say in India, where so much of the country is vegetarian, they've naturally, gradually and naturally probably discovered that good health comes by eating a lot of legumes. They eat a lot of dal, which is different forms of legumes, and they include some typically they include some dairy, which is paneer, the yogurt, cheese, and yogurt. This is an inclusion in their diet. It makes the diet really easy to work. If you have legumes and some dairy, now you've got really solid protein that lets you work hard in the field and build muscle mass. And
Can you eat a diet? Can you eat a diet that doesn't have no meat, no dairy, and have the diet be healthy?
Sure, you can.
Okay.
Yeah, the sulfur amino acids are a little harder to get, so that's something you can get from, say, sesame seed, and that's why you often will see sesame, like, say, probably one of the most perfect foods ever invented is hummus.
We were just talking about that. When we come back, we're going to continue. You see how Dr. Lyon, he can lay it out there. We'll come back. We'll talk more with Dr. Lyon, and we'll keep learning.
The perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering. You're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace, for healthy sleep naturally.
YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Dr. Michael Lyon is the guest today on the show, and if you tuned in, you got lucky. Dr. Lyon is, among many things, an expert in weight loss. But that's just I don't mean to pigeonhole him into one category. He's far more than that. He happens to run a pretty good clinic in Canada where helps obesity patients. They treat 200 to 300 patients a day there, and the patients get there by referral. You just can't walk in off the street, and the government of Canada helps support that clinic, and it's a wonderful project that he's been involved in for a long time. Dr. Lyon, welcome back.
Sure.
I wanted to get your take on these weight loss programs where they send the food to the house. I'm not going to mention any particular program or, but and I watch these commercials and I see pizza, chocolate cake, all these foods, and they send them to the house, and these people lose weight. What is it about those programs, and what's your take on them?
Well, there's, the merit in that approach is what you would call, it's really one of the many structured diet plans, which means that if your diet is completely defined for you in terms of its calories and hopefully its nutrition, its protein and other nutrients and so on, then you can be on a diet that limits your calories consistently and day after day, and probably if it's nutritious enough, you feel relatively well nourished, so your body can get used to that somewhat lower calorie diet, and you can feel pretty good, and so you can end up losing weight quite successfully that way. And in fact, when studies look at different diets that are structured, where the meals are clearly defined meal after meal, tend to be higher in success than in diets where people just simply try to exercise willpower over portion control with every meal. Now, in the long term, you're going to have to do that. You have to end up being able to be careful with every meal and be able to make proper portion decisions, and portion control is essential. But when you're embarking on weight loss and your habits are disorderly in terms of how much you've been eating and that you're eating enough that you're gaining weight, well, you have to find a way to be on track.
Well, what do you make? Gary, you were here before Dr. Lyon came on. What He just said, I said exactly, didn't I?
Almost verbatim, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
okay. So it's about portion control, calorie control.
Yeah, I have a question that came in about.
Okay, hold on. Hold your question for one. Don't let that go away. I understand that, and I said the same thing you just did. my comment was, and I want to see where you come down on this. I said, that's all well and good. I said, but the foods that they're sending to your house, I see in these advertisements, these very attractive foods, you know, chocolate layer cake, pizza, ice cream. They're sending all these foods. Those were the exact foods that got people in trouble in the first place. Aren't you reinforcing, in a way, still keeping that relationship, part of the relationship with food in play for that person?
Yeah, I'm guessing that they're highlighting some of the foods that would be kind of the treats on that diet, I would hope.
No, they'll send a big dish of ravioli. I mean, I went to one of the websites. I don't want to say the name because I don't want to get sued. And I went and I looked at the plan, and the foods that they're sending them are very, you know, I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't know. I don't eat that way to begin with, and it's all about portion and calorie control. But it's they're control. They're managing how much, but not what kind necessarily. If you follow my drift.
I know exactly what diet you're talking about, and I could say the name too. It's been around for a long time, and it's been a long time since I've looked at the menu that you could pick from. But I would say I wouldn't throw the whole thing out for the crowd that wants that, because if you have people whose diet consists of fast food, you know, pizzas and burgers and fries, and they eat a lot of, you know, things like cake and whatever.
Yes.
If you if I was to choose between complete abstinence, going on a strict diet where they don't eat any of the foods that they're used to and that they enjoy, and a diet where they eat those kinds of foods with strict portion control, so that they learn that they can eat a piece of chocolate cake, but they can't eat the whole cake.
Right.
Or they're not given the whole cake. And the reality is that has some sense to it, because if people can learn to eat a piece of chocolate cake instead of the whole cake,
right,
they're going to be a normal person instead of a person who has a serious weight problem in the long term. And that may be a good lesson for that person. So I tend to avoid being a rule maker where I say, this is the diet, you know, this is what you've got to do.
I'm with you on that. I agree.
If you can, it's like, you know, when you work in addiction medicine, the concept of harm reduction is very important. You can't get everybody who uses heroin to stop using opioids, but you might be able to get them to switch to using clean needles first.
I see.
And that might be a good step first, and then maybe you can get them to go on methadone after that and stop shooting up, and then maybe you can get them clean and sober.
Right. And transitioning them, changing one small piece of behavior to another. I get it. We come back, we'll explore this a little further. I mean, I'm with you 100%. Gary, what was the question that you had come in?
Somebody is on a 1,500 calorie a day diet. They're exercising, but they've plateaued in their weight loss.
They've stopped losing weight. Yeah. When we come back, maybe Dr. Lyon can address that when we get back. We're headed into the top of the hour, Dr. Lyon. We got to pay a few bills, and the show is syndicated across the United States, so it does air at different times in different markets. But we're live every day, 9 to 11 a.m. Dr. Michael Lyon is my guest today. What he's sharing with you is invaluable. You hear how he's saying it. Sometimes you don't change necessarily what the person is eating, but how much. At least that's a good place to start. Not what, but how much. Portion control, calorie control, management, so to speak. These are, again, principles that we need to keep in mind. We'll come back, we'll talk more about this, and then there's always PGX too. That's a very, Dr. Lyon favors that particular product made by Natural Factors. Dr. Lyon is quite familiar with the folks at Natural Factors, and I'm a big fan of PGX as well. You are listening to Let's Talk Nutrition, coast to coast and globally.
At Country Life Vitamins, we've been helping people live happy,
This is
healthy
Dr.
lives
Michael
since
Garko. Thank you for
1971.
watching Let's Talk
And we believe
Nutrition.
integrity
Following
should
commercial
always be our
messages, the
number
show
one
will return
ingredient.
shortly.
We are committed
LTN
to this
streams
belief because
live
you
Monday through
deserve
Friday,
high-quality
9 to 11
nutrition,
a.m. Eastern on
specifically
YouTube,
crafted with the highest
Facebook, and
standards
the
to
LTN
support your
website.
health.
The show
Country
also
Life's
airs on
manufacturing
radio, coast to
facility is an
coast, including
NSF
Hawaii,
GMP
Monday through
registered
Friday,
facility,
9 to 11
as well
a.m.
as
Eastern.
USDA
Please check
certified
your
organic,
local
so you can
listings.
feel
We'll be
good
right
about the
back.
products you're taking. Country Life Vitamins is also the first supplement company in the United States to have a complete line of products certified gluten-free. That's over 500 products. Country Life Vitamins' pledge of integrity is based on 5 standards: authenticity, cleanliness, freshness,
This is Dr.
consistency, and
Michael Garko.
accuracy.
Thank you for
Ask
watching
for
Let's
Country
Talk
Life's
Nutrition.
top-selling
The show will
products,
return
such as
shortly.
Coenzyme B Advanced for increased energy or Flex-Able for joint health. Country Life Vitamins' commitment to ensure all of our products are pure, wholesome, gluten-free supplements full of natural
This is Dr.
goodness
Michael Garko.
provides
Thank you for
peace of
watching
mind
Let's
with the
Talk
knowledge
Nutrition.
you are
The
using
show
a
will
brand you
return
can
shortly.
trust.
The ever-increasing stress and toxicity we are exposed to from our environment, diets, and lifestyles make internal cleansing a necessary part of a good health regimen. Founded in 1980, Yerba Prima was the first company to launch a whole-body internal cleansing kit. Since that time, they have continued to develop and manufacture a complete range of all-natural, high-quality fiber and internal cleansing products. By using all-natural psyllium fiber and no harmful stimulant laxatives, all Yerba Prima fiber and internal cleansing products can be used over a long period of time to ensure optimal health and regularity. With nearly 30 years dedicated to all-natural cleansing products, it's easy to see why Yerba Prima is a leader in the fiber and cleansing products category. Learn more at yerbaprima.com, YERBAPRIMA.com, or visit your local health retailer.
This is Dr. Michael
Yerba
Garko.
Prima,
Thank you for
pioneer
watching
in
Let's Talk
internal
Nutrition.
cleansing products.
The show will return shortly.
The proceeding was a commercial program paid for by Let's Talk Nutrition, LLC.
There was a tiny crack in the corner.
This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly.
He wasn't worried. His first thought was a new free windshield and cash on the spot. He called 813-96-GLASS. 813-96-GLASS. If it's chipped or cracked, we'll buy it back. We turn
This is
your
Dr. Michael
broken
Garko. Thank you
glass
for watching
into
Let's Talk
cold, hard
Nutrition.
cash.
Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly.
America.
LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11
From the
a.m.
Weather Center,
Eastern on
Abrahamson and
YouTube,
Uterwick,
Facebook,
the injury
and the
lawyers.
LTN
Please
website.
buckle
The
up.
show
And Ellis
also
Hillsborough.
airs on
Lots
radio,
of sunshine
coast to coast,
and low
including
humidity.
Hawaii,
High
Monday through
82.
Friday, 9 to
Partly
11
cloudy
a.m.
and
Eastern.
comfortable
Please check
overnight.
your
Low
local
65.
listings. We'll be
Tomorrow,
right back.
partly cloudy and warmer. High 82.
This report is brought to you by Positive Coaching Alliance.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches,
This is
parents,
Dr. Michael
students,
Garko.
and
Thank you for
administrators.
watching Let's Talk
Visit
Nutrition. The show will return
PCA-zone.org.
shortly.
1250 wins WHNZ, Tampa Bay. Available everywhere you want to listen on our free iHeartRadio app. Download it now.
This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. A warning from Russia as U.S. warships move into place in the Middle East. Navy Rear Admiral Eugene Black.
We're trained, we're ready, any mission, anytime, anywhere.
But Russia says the U.S. should seriously consider the consequences of missile strikes on Syria.
This is Dr.
National
Michael
Security
Garko. Thank you for
correspondent
watching
David
Let's
Martin.
Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including
CBS's Terry
Hawaii, Monday through
Okita at
Friday,
the
9
foreign
to
desk.
11 a.m.
In
Eastern.
Syria's
Please
capital,
check your
they're
local
anticipating
listings.
a
We'll be
possible
right
strike.
back.
This Damascus resident says the current U.S. administration and its president are unbalanced. He may make a decision that we must take seriously and be prepared for.
In tweets this morning, President Trump says an attack could take place very soon
This is Dr.
or
Michael Garko.
not so
Thank you
soon
for
at all,
watching Let's
in
Talk
response to a
Nutrition.
suspected
The show will
chlorine
return
gas attack.
shortly.
The Kremlin says U.S. and Russian officials have been talking by phone. A confirmation hearing set to get underway in a Senate committee this hour for CIA Director Mike Pompeo. The president's
This is
pick
Dr.
to become
Michael Garko.
Secretary
Thank
of
you for
State.
watching Let's
CBS's
Talk Nutrition.
Tammy
The
McCormick.
show will return
Pompeo, in
shortly.
his prepared remarks, will signal a harder line toward Moscow. He says Russia continues to act aggressively, enabled by years of soft policy, but that's now over, he says. Members of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee will also press him on the administration's strategy in Syria and North Korea.
Retiring House Speaker Paul Ryan is weighing in on Robert Mueller and his Russia investigation. He spoke to Gail King on CBS this morning.
He should be left to do his job. We have a system based upon the rule of law. We need to respect that system. And I think we should just leave these guys to do their jobs.
President Trump has threatened to fire the special counsel. Search warrants on the home and office of Mr. Trump's lawyer show the president was the focus of this week's FBI raids. The CDC trying to get to the bottom of an E. coli outbreak that's gotten more than a dozen people sick in 7 different states. Spokeswoman Brittany Boehm.
We're working really hard to figure out what the original source is.
This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk
Infections have
Nutrition.
been reported
The show
in New
will
Jersey,
return shortly.
Pennsylvania, Ohio, Connecticut, Missouri, Idaho, and Washington State. This is the 9th day of a teacher strike in Oklahoma. Colleagues in Arizona threatening to join them before the week is over. Rich
This is
Jacobs
Dr.
among
Michael
the
Garko.
teachers in
Thank you for
Chandler,
watching Let's Talk
demanding
Nutrition.
20%
The show
pay
will return
raises
shortly.
and $1 billion for schools and classrooms.
We need more funding. I have no idea why here in the United States of America we don't see education as the most important thing out there.
The Dow is up 312 points. This is CBS News.
To prevent and relieve muscle cramps in your
This is
legs
Dr.
and
Michael
feet,
Garko.
use
Thank you
TheraWorks
for
Relief.
watching
Get
Let's Talk
TheraWorks Relief
Nutrition.
today
Following
at select
commercial
Walgreens,
messages, the show will
CVS,
return
and
shortly.
Rite Aid pharmacies
LTN
or
streams live Monday through Friday,
TheraWorksRelief.com.
9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on
Prevent muscle
YouTube,
cramps in your legs and
Facebook,
feet.
and the
Use
LTN
TheraWorks
website.
Relief.
The show
This
also
fast-acting
airs on
foam is
radio
clinically
coast to
proven
coast,
relieve leg
including
and foot
Hawaii,
cramps.
Monday
Get
through
TheraWorks
Friday,
Relief
9 to
today at
11
select
a.m.
Walgreens,
Eastern.
CVS,
Please
and
check
Rite Aid
your local
pharmacies
listings.
or
We'll be right back.
TheraWorksRelief.com. Ask your pharmacist for TheraWorks Relief. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. ZipRecruiter posts your job to over 100 job boards with just one click, and then their smart matching technology finds the right candidates. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com.
This is Dr. Michael Garko.
News.
Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The
Time
show will
to join
return
the
shortly.
millions of people that meet happy with Zoom video conferencing. Zoom gives you flawless video, crystal clear audio, and instant sharing across any mobile, tablet, or desktop device.
This is Dr. Michael
The best thing
Garko. Thank
about
you for
Zoom,
watching Let's
it just
Talk
works.
Nutrition. The
So
show will
ditch the
return
distractions.
shortly.
Join the movement and meet happy with Zoom video conferencing. Visit zoom.us to set up your free account today. That's zoom.us. Zoom video conferencing.
Next chance to win $1,000 coming up at 30 past the
This is
hour
Dr. Michael
on
Garko. Thank you for
1250
watching Let's Talk
WHNZ.
Nutrition.
1250
Following commercial messages, the
WHNZ's
show will
Golden
return
Diamond Source
shortly.
Performance
LTN
Theater is
streams
live and
Monday
features
through
exclusive
Friday, 9 to
performances
11
from some of the
a.m.
biggest
Eastern on
acts in the
YouTube,
world, as well as
Facebook, and
artists on the
LTN
verge of
website.
breaking
The
out
show
big. To
also
find out
airs
more
on radio,
information on
coast to
upcoming
coast,
performers
including
and to
Hawaii,
get on the
Monday through
exclusive
Friday, 9
VIP
to 11
invite
a.m.
list,
Eastern.
go to
Please check your local
WHNZ.com
listings.
and
We'll be
search for
right
the
back.
Golden Diamond Source Performance Theater. Performances happen all through the year, so check back often to win your way to the next exclusive performance. Live in 1250 WHNZ's Golden Diamond Source Performance Theater.
From the Terrain Traffic Center, powered by Climate Design.
This is Dr. Michael
Good morning.
Garko.
As we
Thank you
take a
for
look at the
watching
roads
Let's
around
Talk
Tampa Bay,
Nutrition.
northbound
The show will
275,
return
still a bit
shortly.
slow off of the Howard Franklin Bridge and on State Road 60 approaching 275. Police investigation on Hillsborough Avenue in the area of 30th Street still has that road shut down in both directions between 22nd
This is Dr. Michael
and
Garko. Thank you
34th.
for watching
more
Let's Talk
real-time traffic
Nutrition.
updates
The
on
show
your
will
route. Download
return
the new Total
shortly.
Traffic app powered by Traffic Karma. And when you see traffic problems, call the injury firm of Abrahamson and Udoric Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by Scientology Network. Get informed and be inspired. Curious? Watch I Am a Scientologist
This is Dr.
tonight
Michael
at
Garko.
8
Thank
on
you for watching
DirecTV
Let's
Channel
Talk Nutrition.
320 or
Following
go to
commercial messages, the show will return
Scientology.tv.
shortly.
The only thing
LTN
more
streams
interesting
live
than what
Monday
you've
through
heard
Friday, 9 to
is
11
what you
a.m.
haven't.
Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the
1250
LTN
winds,
website.
weather center
The show
forecast,
also
high today,
airs
low
on radio,
80s, low
coast to
humidity,
coast,
and
including
sunny.
Hawaii,
At radio,
Monday through
1250
Friday,
winds.
9 to 11
The
a.m.
following
Eastern.
is a
Please
commercial
check your
program
local
paid
listings.
for by
We'll be
Let's
right
Talk
back.
Nutrition, LLC. The opinions, viewpoints, and promises made during the following program are not those of WHNZ AM, its staff, management, or parent company, iHeartMedia Incorporated.
This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly.
Statements made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom. Let's Talk Nutrition is a health talk show that features scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, and experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Listen for a chance to win daily prizes and follow Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook and Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition or on Twitter at LTN Radio. It's time for some inspiration. Tune in to get fit and healthy. It's time to talk about nutrition. Nutrition for your body, your mind, your spirit. It's time to talk about proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, and supplementation to help. Get ready to take charge of your health because your health is your wealth and the wealth of those who care about and love you. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition with Dr. Michael Garko. Welcome to the show.
This is Dr. Michael Garko. The very thing that is essential to our survival can be the very thing that ends up promoting disease. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Thanks for tuning in. Glad you could. Dr. Michael Lyons, my guest today. And what I'm talking about is an F word. Food. Yeah. It is, Hippocrates, that now it's become cliche to say, let food be your medicine and medicine your food. Well, yeah, great idea. How about don't let food be your disease and disease your food? It's just astonishing how when you, I guess we sometimes miss the forest for the trees, how food could get us into so much trouble, right? It's biology. It's just the way it is. And evolution is implicated here. And everybody thinks, think about this. Our ancient ancestors, there were no grocery stores. The grocery store was the environment. Hunters and gatherers. And you catch as catch can, and some days good, some days bad, many days no food, you get famine. And the word hunter, and by the way, they weren't killing game like nobody's business. It was not all that easy. You had to be a skilled in doing that. And so they weren't eating a lot of meat either, as people would like to think. I'm talking about our ancient ancestors. And so as we evolved, given the environmental conditions and natural selection, if you're familiar with evolution and you read the theory, there's several theories, but Darwinian theory in particular, you come to understand that what we are as a species was a lot environmentally driven, but it was driven by food too. Read, as I always tell you, read the Driving Force. That book, where food was considered the driving force. Dr. Michael Crawford's book. It's a classic. It's a seminal book. And there's one line in the book. He said, food is not just food. Boy, he's right about that in so many different ways. It's not just food. Food is not just food. And you hear Dr. Lyon, who's my guest today, he'll tell you, when he talks about weight loss and people, let's say you weigh 300 pounds and you decide to lose weight and you go down to, let's say, 200. That's great success. But you're not done. You've just begun. Because now, and I've heard him say it several times on this show, for the rest of that person's life, they are in a state of dietary vigilance. He didn't use that language, but in other words, the body's tendency is to want to go back to that original weight. That was a set point. It thinks that that's where it needs to be, and that's a biological driving force too. This is all caught up in biology and evolution. We don't think about it that way. That's why it's so complicated and so difficult. You're trying to fight the currents of millions and millions of years of evolution here. This is not easy stuff. I often say people can keep weight off and lose it, They can do anything in life they want. If they want to be an astronaut, they could become an astronaut. In my opinion, it's one of the hardest things to do. And, of course, getting off heroin and these other kinds of addictive drugs. But food is addictive. It is an addiction. Some don't believe it, but the literature is there. So it's always nice to have Dr. Lyon on. Dr. Lyon, welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. You may not agree with one thing I said, but that's okay.
No, I fully agree. So if you are 300 pounds and you work so hard and you get down to 200 pounds, the person before the break had asked, I've lost weight and now I've hit a plateau.
Yeah, he's at 1,500 calories and he's flattened out.
1,500 calories, sure. So let's say, for example, you're 300 pounds and you work really hard and you get down to 200 pounds. There's now 1/3 of your body that's gone missing. You don't need to feed it anymore. It's gone. And so 1/3 of your body no longer is there. That means 1/3 of the food that you were eating and gaining weight on has to be gone. And in fact, if 1/3 is gone, you're still on an amount that you're gaining weight at that weight. So you have to be eating less than 1/3. You have to take off less than 1/3 of the food that you're eating because you were gaining weight on the diet you were on before. So if you say you were eating 500 calories a day extra, which is not unusual for someone who's gained a lot of weight and is still gaining weight, lop off 500 calories from that, and then if your diet was, say you were eating 2,500 calories a day, well, now you're down to 2,000 to avoid gaining weight, and if you take 1/3 of that away, well, you see, what happens is when you're dieting, you're eating less than you were before to lose weight, and then eventually you'll lose so much weight from that you're now eating the right amount of food for you. And if you've done a lot of dieting, it can be quite perturbing because the amount of food that you need to maintain the weight that you've lost can become quite small. I saw someone yesterday. We measured her metabolism because she's really struggling with losing more weight than she has, and her resting metabolic rate, her resting metabolism is 1,100 calories a day, which means that without a lot of exercise, she needs to eat around 1,100 or 1,200 calories a day to maintain her weight. So you can imagine if your requirements for maintaining weight loss or for maintaining your weight are 1,200 calories a day, and you go on a 1,000 calorie a day diet for weight loss, that's only 200 calories a day that you're burning. It's going to take a long time to see a pound of weight loss. So these are the kind of things that people will grapple with when they lose weight. They will eventually hit a plateau, everyone, and they will, if they've done a lot of dieting, they'll have to eat less food than they probably realize, because the amount of food people think is normal today is really not normal. The portions that you get served, they're not normal. Those are excessive portions.
Excessive portions. So this person has to, even though they think that this fellow what's his name, Gary?
Craig,
he's eating a 1,500 calorie diet a day, so now he's even going to have to eat a little less. Is that what you're saying to him?
Well, maybe, maybe not. I mean, first of all, let's also talk about this reality that people that have gained a lot of weight, it happens sometimes in, they maybe gain weight rapidly for a while and then it levels off and gain it again. But if you were to draw a line over the years, like say someone comes to my office and between the ages of 40 and 50, they gain 100 pounds. A lot of weight gain, and they're probably quite devastated by this weight gain, and they come to my office and say, I want to lose weight. First question I'll ask them is, what do you think is harder, to gain weight or to lose it? And they'll kind of laugh and say, well, of course it's harder to lose it. So I say to them, well, over the last 10 years, you've gained 100 pounds. That amounts to about 10 pounds per year, or less than 1 pound per month. So if you start losing weight and you're losing weight at less than 1 pound per month, and for sake of argument, we're saying It's harder to lose it than to gain it, so why should you lose it faster than you gained it? You're going to be pretty disappointed after 3 months and you haven't even lost 3 pounds. But you've got to get into that mindset that just because the scale says you're hitting a plateau doesn't mean you've really hit that plateau. If you're doing everything right, you may be losing weight at a rate that isn't what it says when you check out your groceries at the on the tabloids. It may not be 10 pounds a week. You just can't lose 10 pounds a week, week after week after week without starving yourself.
Well, when we come back, maybe you could offer a couple of ways to get out of that plateau modality. I don't know. We'll see. We'll talk to Dr. Lyons some more.
Almost 52% of men experience erectile dysfunction and benign prostatic hyperplasia. If you've had challenges with virility, sexual health, or low energy, Body Vigor's Alpha Extension may be the answer for you. Body Vigor's Alpha Extension can help revitalize your alpha male and extend your love. Our formula is one of the highest quality nutraceuticals available, formulated to support the processes involved in promoting a healthy male sex drive, energy, and stamina. Alpha Extension has 2 powerful herbal blends, Virilomax, which focuses on male sexual health, and T-Pump Activator, which helps balance your testosterone levels. Revitalize your alpha male with Body Vigor's Alpha Extension. Exclusively available on Amazon.com.
Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Dr. Michael Lyon is my guest. We're talking about weight loss in a general sense, but in a very specific sense here. And I guess we're looking at the mechanisms of action to lose the weight, to keep the weight off, or how we gain weight. You heard Dr. Lyon mention a concept a moment ago: resting metabolic rate. And then we had a question from Craig, who's on a 1,500 calorie diet. He's exercising, but he's reached a plateau. Dr. Lyon said when people are losing weight, they all get to that point, that moment where they reach a plateau. They can't lose they can't lose weight. The question is, what do you do? What to do? And then you heard and within that context, Dr. Lyon mentioned resting metabolic rate. That is the a loose definition here. It's the number of calories it takes to keep the systems of your body operating. In other words, keep the machine, i.e. your body, running. Just those amount of calories. And then if you need to know that so that you go from there, that becomes an important concept, especially when you're talking about reaching a plateau. Okay. Let's go back to Dr. Lyon. So that resting metabolic rate is an important piece of data, right? Important piece of information, right, Dr. Lyon?
Yeah, it's really everything. If you want to know how many calories you need in a day, it's all about your metabolic rate, and it really is all about calories. It's it is really science going on inside your body. It's very complicated science. And it's not simple, like every food is digested with different efficiencies and has different efficiencies of metabolism. Sure, it's certainly true that if you eat, say, like 100 calories of sugar, it's going to be metabolized in a much more efficient way than 100 calories of protein.
Okay.
So you end up burning more protein as heat, wasting away some of those calories, whereas the 100 calories of sugar, if they're excess, they'll go right to fat. So there is differences between foods and so on, but the reality is that calories are still king when it comes to weight management, no matter what kind of diet you choose.
So what does a person do now in a practical sense, and what do you do at the clinic when they reach this sticking point, this plateau, like Craig has? He has good intentions. What do you do? What's the person to do then?
Well, first of all, as I said, when they think they're on a plateau, they may not be on a plateau. I talk in detail about what you're really doing. And if their eating is really healthy and they're clearly eating the calories that they say 1,500 calories a day, and they're resting, say we test their metabolism and their resting energy expenditure is above 1,500 calories, and they're relatively active, so they're burning more calories than that. And I just say hang in there and be patient, because the scale is not a really accurate reflection of your weight day to day. If you wonder how much it varies, take your weight like 6 or 8 times a day when you have a chance, and find out how often or how frequently the weight can go up and down 5 pounds in one day. So if you're watching the scale for every pound, it can be disappointing, because your weight can go up and down 5 pounds just in a day, just from changes in fluid and the amount of food and fecal matter in your body, that sort of thing. So you can't rely on the scale day to day. If you're doing the right things and you're clearly eating less than your body needs, you're going to be losing weight. I try to reemphasize with people, it's harder to lose weight than to gain it. And a lot of people who've gained weight have gained weight at a rate that would not be that impressive if you start losing it at that rate. It's not something you would even see for months and months if you were doing things right.
I see.
People do have to be patient with. They're doing the right things for weight loss. You know, if you're losing weight through an extreme diet, you're going to see weight loss very quickly. But be aware that you pay a price for that. If you go on a long fast, or you do an extreme diet, an HCG diet, or a diet where your calories are extremely low, you're going to see more results on the scale, but you're also losing muscle mass, and your metabolism may be permanently damaged from that. You may end up with a permanently lower metabolism after your dieting efforts. A good example is the diet and exercise program that's shown on The Biggest Loser. There's been some research on the participants of The Biggest Loser showing that their metabolism is deeply affected by that kind of dieting, and they end up, in the end, at the end of the show, they end up with a metabolic rate that's dramatically lower than it should be for the amount of weight loss. And 5 years later, their metabolism is still that low. It looks like it might be permanently damaging those people's metabolism by the extreme calorie deprivation combined with the extremes of exercise.
So
I would really...
Yeah, your point, that's a wonderful point. And I often say you can't bargain with biology. Biology is what it is. And the consequences, I mean, we don't, that's a fabulous point that you made. Losing weight is not a benign activity. There can be grave consequences as well as rewards. So you got to know what you're doing. Partial meal replacement is an important concept in Dr. Lyon's thinking. I know that because he's talked about it, and I've read his articles and his books. He embraces that concept. I'll have him unpack that a little bit, and that implicates PGX from Natural Factors. In fact, this past weekend at a vendor conference, I got a chance to spend some time with the folks from Natural Factors, one of my favorite companies for a lot of reasons. They're a Canadian company. They're terrific. They're just a fabulous company, and they do things right. And they do things the right way even when nobody's looking. We'll be right back with Dr. Michael Lyon, coast to coast and globally.
Women who are pregnant or planning to have a child have specific nutritional needs. Maintaining optimal nutritional intake is important for mother and baby. Body Vigor's Preferred Prenatal can help mother and baby receive the appropriate building blocks for growth, development, and healthy function. The Preferred Prenatal formula provides essential vitamins and minerals, along with added support ingredients such as folic acid and DHA. Preferred Prenatal also incorporates a bonus herbal blend to help the mom-to-be with the uncomfortable side effects of pregnancy, like nausea, vomiting, mood swings, and uterine health. Support a healthy pregnancy for you and your baby with Preferred Prenatal, exclusively on Amazon.com.
This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return. I'm sitting here thinking about the concept of our relationship with food. And thinking about, in our relationships in life, as we all have had the experience, some relationships are good for us and some are not. Meaning that the person that we're involved with may be right for somebody else, but in terms of the chemistry with you, it doesn't work out. It's not a good relationship. Or the person's not necessarily a good person, and it's never going to end well for you. It's a bad relationship. In some cases, it's not even a real relationship where the person's really caring about you and cares for you and cares about you. Food is sort of like that too. There's some foods with which you have a relationship where the food, it's not a good companion. And the food doesn't really care about you, so to speak, in that it has consequences that don't serve you well, either in the short and definitely in the long term. It's a bad relationship, not just because it's not working with that person, even it's a bad relationship because on the other side of that relationship, you're flirting and associated with something that is not good for you. And no matter how hard you try to make it right, it's never going to be right. And food is what it is. And your relationship with food is a very complicated psycho-emotional, biological, physiological, sociological, culturally driven relationship. And people that are obese, I don't know how Dr. Lyon thinks about it, but people that become obese, that relationship, to say it's dysfunctional is an understatement. And if you go to their website, the clinic where Dr. Lyon manages the medical weight management program, let me read to you what he says. Our mission: the medical weight management program provides a collaborative, evidence-based, patient-centered approach to assess and treat patients with obesity. Now notice this next sentence. Our multidisciplinary team works together to improve the health and quality of life of patients whose physical and or psychological health is significantly impaired by their weight. That sentence is loaded with what I was just trying to get at. Most people go on weight loss programs, they're self-treating. They don't have a multidisciplinary team. And that's why more often than not, they fail. This is complicated stuff. This is like playing with dynamite and you don't know how to handle dynamite. It's going to blow up on you sooner or later. Dr. Lyon, welcome back. I'm just trying to find a way to conceptualize this so people understand the enormity of the challenge here. I'm not saying it's impossible, but, there are no quick fixes here, right?
No, not for serious weight problems. No quick fixes. Quick fixes get you into big trouble in the end. So being frustrated and going on any kind of extreme diet is, you're going to pay a penalty for that, and it usually means ending up weighing more than when you started. So I would caution anybody about embarking in anything that's extreme. It's something that in the long term, you don't want to damage your metabolism and end up with a metabolism that will only accept a smaller amount of calories than you're willing to eat in a day. It ends up being a real hard struggle when you can only eat such a small amount of food that you end up gaining weight with just the slightest amount of
food
of increase in your intake.
That's amazing. You've talked about partial meal replacement. I know that concept, that principle, is essential or central to the program at the Medical Weight Management Center that you run. Could you please explain what that is and how PGX is implicated with a partial meal replacement concept?
Yeah, I was just at a scientific conference on Saturday, and again I heard new evidence emerging for the effectiveness of both partial and full meal replacement approaches to weight loss. And it really strikes, especially people who are knowledgeable in nutrition, it kind of strikes them from the side to say that meal replacements are an acceptable, useful, and evidence-based approach to weight management, because it just doesn't seem right that you would end up living partly on shakes and that would be good for you. It seems contrary to mostly what we teach, which is, eat whole foods, prepare food from scratch, stay away from processed foods. But a meal replacement is something that the science keeps coming back saying it really works, and it works not just in the short term, but in the long term. A meal replacement is something that is a processed food. So you can't just say, all processed food is evil. Usually processed food is also empty calories. It's something that isn't good for you. But a meal replacement is a formulated food where it has the right amount of protein to be a good solid meal. It has all of the vitamins and minerals that you need to make it a complete food, so that you could literally travel to Mars and have a store of meal replacements in your spaceship, and you could live the rest of your life and be free of any nutritional disorders by living on a meal replacement. Not that you'd want to live that way, but for someone, for instance, that has to have a tube in their stomach and they can't eat through their mouth, that's what they live on, is a meal replacement.
I see.
in weight management, you go about it with meal replacement programs by replacing a meal with a meal replacement. And so instead of having to make choices meal after meal after meal, a meal replacement is very simple. You have one meal that is a shake that contains all of the nutrients you need for that meal, all the protein, and it ends up having a very small amount of calories for the amount of nutrition in that meal. It's very hard to get in 250 calories, say, a full meal. It's hard to get enough protein. It's hard to get all the vitamins and minerals in any kind of meal besides a meal replacement when you are having something that's around 200 to 250 calories. But because of that 200 to 250 calorie meal, you feel nutritionally satisfied, but you have deprived your body of calories. That's the only thing you really deprive your body of with that meal replacement is calories. And so you end up burning a bit of fat with every meal replacement meal. And so the simplest way to go about losing weight effectively, and that can be done even at home by a person who's doing it with their own guidance, is a partial meal replacement program where you substitute breakfast and lunch. And if you're not a breakfast eater, you've got to eat breakfast. And this is the way to start, is eating a meal replacement. So you have a meal replacement for breakfast and lunch, and you choose a smaller meal for dinner. And in our clinic, we even have people start by using formulated dinner meals, like say a lean cuisine kind of meal, where your meal is completely defined in terms of calories and nutrition, and you can keep the dinner down to, say, 500 calories. And in the course of the day, with a couple snacks between your breakfast and lunch.
We'll have Dr. Lyon finish that thought when we get back.
As a family-owned company, are your joints feeling out of date and stiff? Is that old sports injury flaring up? Is your body aching from the daily wear and tear at work? Body Vigor's Joint Ready keeps you at the ready for any joint pain that gets out of line. Unfortunately, as we age, joint pain becomes more common. Body Vigor's Joint Ready can help provide relief so you can continue to go about your day. Our formula contains sulfated forms of glucosamine and chondroitin. Studies show that these sulfated forms are more effective than regular glucosamine bound to hydrochloride. Joint Ready promotes a healthy inflammatory response, facilitates cartilage synthesis, and provides additional antioxidants. Keep your joints at the ready with Body Vigor's Joint Ready, exclusively on Amazon.com.
Shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. Here's the LTN health question of the day. Having a conversation with Dr. Michael Lyon today about losing weight and some of the principles involved in losing weight and keeping it off, and a partial meal replacement, a partial meal replacement is, and there is also full meal replacement concept. And the partial meal replacement, Dr. Lyon uses it quite a bit in his practice. And the question for today is simply a true or false question. And listening to what how he defined it, is this sentence true or false? A partial meal replacement plan contains 2 portion-controlled vitamin, mineral fortified meal replacements, and typically, usually it's beverages or food bars, but per day, and then 1 balanced meal consisting of low energy, high nutrient dense conventional foods. In other words, a partial meal replacement is going to be 2, like in this case, using PGX mix, for example, that weight loss mix, doing that twice a day, and then 1 meal a day at the end of the day. Partial meal replacement consists of 2 partial meal replacements and 1 conventional dinner, if you will. Is that sentence true or false? Here's a number to call and win a $25 supplement gift card.
877-897-8255. That's 877-897-TALK.
So in other words, a partial meal replacement plan has 2 portion-controlled meals. In this case, it's usually a beverage, a shake, and then 1 balanced meal, like for dinner, consisting of conventional foods. Is that true or false? Dr. Lyon, welcome back. So PGX would be a good way to get that partial meal replacement, that like the PGX mix, right? They have.
Right. If people wanted to have PGX, which is the fiber that helps to support fullness and reduce appetite, and they wanted to follow a meal replacement program, they would look for the Slim Styles weight loss drink with PGX.
Right.
Because the Slim Styles weight loss drink is a meal replacement. It's something that contains all of the protein, vitamins, minerals to constitute a meal replacement, and it's something that would be an easy way to follow a partial meal replacement diet. Inside the package is actually instructions as to how you would follow a partial meal replacement diet. It's pretty simple. You have the Slim Styles weight loss drink with PGX. You have that for breakfast, you have it for lunch, and then for the evening meal you have a smaller meal that's calorie controlled. And overall, people follow that diet, and in a few days you start to feel very good. People typically start having a lot of energy. They feel like they can continue and do it. And we've had people stay on that type of a diet for month after month and lose a great deal of weight. The record in our clinic is 2.5 years on a partial meal replacement diet, and the person lost 265 pounds.
Amazing.
So,
and
routinely see people lose 60 to 100 pounds on that type of diet.
Yeah. Slim Styles, and these shakes from it's made by Natural Factors. They taste good. They come in different flavors. You can go to naturalfactors.com and find it sold in fine health stores throughout North America. It works. What is a full? You mentioned that you attended this conference over the weekend on Saturday, and they were talking about partial and full meal replacement. What's a full meal replacement? What is that?
So a full meal replacement diet is always and should be medically supervised, because there can be some serious side effects with that. But it's used in the most severe cases where a person urgently needs to lose weight for, say, surgery. And so it's used at different obesity treatment centers when you have people who are in real dire straits and need to lose weight very quickly. There's meal replacement products that are used in clinics that would be, that type of a product. We've never really embarked on full meal replacement diets in our clinic. We just find even with the more severe cases, we can work with people without having to resort to a full meal replacement diet.
Gotcha. In other words, they're not eating a regular meal. They're using all the meals are meal replacements. In other words,
everything. You don't get a snack or anything outside of a meal replacement on those programs. So, that there is a place for those in centers where they need to be seeing people lose weight quite urgently for surgery. That's pretty well the only.
Do you personally do well when you go on a partial meal replacement?
Well, I have to say, I struggled with my weight. I was a heavy kid and had a struggled with obesity as a child and early in my teen years. And when I ended up losing weight, it was just the beginning of a lifelong journey. I've had to struggle with my weight ever since. And when I regain weight, which has happened to me over and over again, I've never really been very good at dieting. I can be more careful and gradually lose weight by cutting back. But when I've really had to cut some weight, you end up realizing, I'm not fitting in my clothes. I need to lose 20, 30 pounds, which I've had to do quite a few times. I have found that a partial meal replacement diet is the best way to lose weight. It really is. After a few days, it's quite pleasant. You feel really quite healthy. You feel very good. You're getting really good nutrition. And you really are cutting calories without feeling deprived, especially when you're using the Slim Styles weight loss drink with PGX. The PGX in the meal replacement really is the key to helping you feel full with a meal replacement. We've actually done double-blind placebo-controlled studies comparing the Slim Styles meal replacement drink with PGX to meal replacements without the PGX, and the PGX makes a big difference
Okay.
So how full you feel and how long you feel full. So
we're almost out of time. Didn't mean. I apologize for cutting you off. We're headed to the top of the hour, and we're almost out of here. Dr. Lyon, as always, we thank you so much for sharing your insight and your knowledge. We're grateful. The audience is as well. Your health is your wealth, and your health is the wealth of those that care about and love you. Slim Styles, get it.